Hey, fellow BSVs, my little still ones. Sorry I've been away. I took a small mental health break from YouTube from last Monday. I just needed a little time to stretch my little wings and fly and remember some of the things that made me create BSV to start with. So I needed some time in the woods, I needed some time with my family and some time to relax. I hope you don't blame me, but I'm back. I have a very important question for you today. Do you believe in aliens? Okay, here's the thing. I do now. I don't think I used to. I used to believe that all things that I couldn't see were spirits and ghosts or angels. But if you read the Bible and replace the word angel with extraterrestrial or with alien, it really matches. All the ancient Hindi books, ancient Muslim texts, ancient Tao texts, Chinese texts, all of the ancient texts, depictions, carvings, all of them featured aliens. Shiva, Vishnu, and the like in the Hindu faith. If you look at the carvings on temples, temples such as Angkor Wat, places like that, Shiva is usually flying through the sky. Sometimes there's a chariot, like with fire coming out the back, that looks an awful lot like rockets. And thousands of years ago, before the telescope was invented, this is eye quotes because I have my hands full, invented, they were looking through telescopes in the carvings. I really encourage you guys to leave my channel and go to a channel called Praveen Mohan. Praveen Mohan is one of the most amazing I wouldn't say scholar because they don't accept him, but he's absolutely intelligent. He runs along to all of the different ancient ruins in India and he shows you the carvings, the depictions, the technology, shows where some of the people are looking through a telescope up at the sky, and then way at the top there's Shiva there, flying. And their gods came down to teach them how to live and how to be and how to not destroy the earth. And if you pay attention to India, they're one of the most peaceful, vegetarian countries on the entire planet. I think they really learned, and it's just been so long that they've lost some of the knowledge and have decided to replace the knowledge of what happened with stories. For instance, there was a Barbarak. There was an entity called Barbarak who's in the Mahabharata, which is a great war in the Bhagavad Gita. And the Mahabharata explains this guy, Barbarik. And Barbarik had a head that was not human. He had a head that when they severed it continued to live. And in the battle, the head actually flew around and reported on the war and gave the reporting back to the king who was in his palace. And they didn't have digital technology back then, right? Well, who's to say? This Barbarik's head, I need you to look it up so you can get the full story. It's way too much for me to talk about right now while I'm working, but Barbarik's head, was a drone. And Barbarik was for neither side in the war. He told Shiva, when Shiva said, who will you fight for? And he said, I'll fight for whoever is losing. So that means if one side became, ahead in the battle, he would switch sides. And a lot of people are saying that aliens have come to teach us because they're more evolved. They're further along than us to a point in their history where they don't need to fight. There's no war. They understand now that every single life is sacred. Like the Monty Python song. Every life is sacred. Every life is good. But, so if you think about that, and then you put in like the Russian missile silo that they said something hovered above the silo, it turned on all of the missiles, which there's a failsafe. They should only be able to turn on or go offline one at a time, but all of them at once. And all of the technicians at that nuclear silo agreed about what happened, that they all turned on and turned off and disarmed and armed. And so there was American missile silos also that had the same phenomenon where all of the missiles went offline. You can look these up, or you can watch them in a documentary on Amazon Prime called The Phenomenon. But, so aliens have been coming over our history in order to teach us how to not kill one another. And then when we finally reach an evolutionary stage where we're out of that warlike, mindset that we have here, and that we actually care about our planet, that's when they would show us the truth. And that's when they would, help us with technology, which they've helped several people with technology. If you look at Tesla and people who came up with ridiculous technologies, all of those people wanted something to help. They wanted to provide free energy, things like that. And I believe that extraterrestrials or angels or whatever they may be gave them a leg up, gave them some information. And it's very interesting, I have family members who said they've literally seen them in their room before. And I'm not going to say which family member because I don't want anyone to decide, that we're crazy. But my entire life I've felt like there's been someone watching me, someone protecting me, to the point even where whenever I'm about to die or about to fail, and I can post a video at some point where I fell 30 feet. And when I did that, I actually came back up again. Right before I hit the ground, I didn't die. Another time I needed a certain amount of money for rent. I was going to lose the home, we were going to lose the rental. And my grandmother passed away, God rest her, and sent a check in the mail from her life insurance for me. That was exactly the dollar and cents that I needed to pay the rent. These weird little things have happened. It's like someone knows that I have the potential to do a lot, to help, to save some people. And they're trying to make sure I get there. But my thick skull has been pushing back against my destiny my whole life. And that's why I'm so glad to have you guys here at Be Still VoiceWorks. And I would love, if you have any video or any stories of UFO sightings or alien sightings, I would love you to send them to me at bestillvoiceworks@gmail.com. And I'll make a video with all of your information. You can tell me if you want your name in there or not. I would love to further our discussion on UFOs, aliens, spirits, angels, whatever they may be. And there's a lot of evidence in the Bible, like the Nephilim came down from the heavens. It said that the sons of angels bred with the daughters of men, and that's why the earth was destroyed. Well, perhaps there's some truth to that story. Perhaps there were aliens or ourselves from the future or just some advanced culture that was here and did genetic experiments on us or, had sex with our women and made babies that were mixed. And, maybe the power got angry at that and destroyed our planet, or there's so many different things that could have happened since we weren't all there. But I'm going to go into the Bible and compile a whole bunch of different sections that could mean that there are other worlds, other universes, such as in my Father's kingdom there are many mansions. Jesus says this. But the word mansions can also be interpreted esoterically and from the language at the time to mean worlds. In my Father's kingdom there are many worlds. So let me know if you have any information, any good stuff. Send it to me, bestillvoiceworks@gmail.com. Follow me on Facebook in my group called Be Still and Know Spirituality. And also hit me up on Instagram at Gumby King. Gumby, like the little character, the green guy. Gumby King on Instagram. I love you guys, and I'll see you on Wednesday, hopefully with some cool info. Be still.